fellow by the name of Kenny Upchurch. He asked a good question.
Okay.
What do you do with the turkey legs? They're really tough.
Yeah.
Really, really, really tough.
Well, the way they run, how would they not be?
They live on their legs.
Yeah.
So you can boil them for 82 hours.
Okay, about 82 hours.
No, you can boil them 5-6 hours in all seriousness. Just a low boil, enough to keep the water moving. But they really are tough. You can pressure cook them. Now, a lot of times, if I'd saved them and frozen them, you can take 4 or 5 out and you can get enough meat off to make a small amount of barbecue and put them in a crock pot.
That's a good idea.
And even then they cook a little bit longer and you can put just a little barbecue sauce. But we're going to do something today. I had this a long time ago. Skinny. Remember Skinny?
I do remember
he passed
Skinny.
away. He was such a great guy. He made a pate, and so did a buddy of mine, Billy Bob. This is our version. This is pate. So the process begins with cooking your leg thoroughly. Even though you've cooked it thoroughly, it's still going to be tough. And you got to get all that connective tissue off and so on and so forth. But here's what it looks like. Not too appetizing, right?
That's boiled a long time.
It's dark meat.
Right.
Not like a turkey leg. It's red. It's almost like red when you get in there. Now here's a picture of me with my turkey. This turkey was huge. A monster turkey. This bird had to weigh 28 pounds, if not more. Now also, something you want to do when you take wild turkey is save its liver. Liver is like licorice.
That's
You
right.
love it or you hate it.
Right.
There's no middle ground. But I beg you to try this. Now, you don't have to have a wild turkey leg. You could do this with just chicken livers. You could do this with dark meat on any kind of animal. Here's where we're going to get this started. We're going to melt some butter, okay? We're going to heat that butter up. Now, let me tell you something we're going to do later, too. We're going to clarify some butter, have some clarified butter. What's that mean? There's 3 layers to your butter when you're cooking it, when you heat it up. What happens is the solids will come to the top. You know how you get a little foam and there'll be some on the bottom? What you want is in the middle.
Okay.
So we're not going to get real fancy and use any cheesecloth or anything like that. You could to get really pretty clarified butter. But at the end of this, we're going to actually seal the top of that. You know when you get Braunschweiger, it's got that, that seal around it?
Yeah.
We're going to kind of seal it like this with this clarified butter. So you scrape off that top foam, if you're doing it the easy way, and then you take the middle layer, which is pretty and yellow, and you put that on the top of this.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what clarified butter is. Now, we're going to heat this up, heat our butter up. We're going to chop our onions up with a little chopper, along with a couple cloves of garlic. Cook those down, saute those down. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to let you pick on that.
All right.
So Nikki's taking a pair of meat scissors.
I love these scissors.
They are wonderful. Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy got us.
So she's chopping and chopping that, getting them the smaller size pieces. Now, as you can see, if I hold that up, that's got a red color to it. I mean, that's a deep, dark red. And it's almost got a liver smell. And again, it makes really good barbecue, but you really, really, really got to cook them down. Then we're going to put some sage, about a 1/4 teaspoon. Then we're going to take some oregano, about a 1/4 teaspoon. And we're going to take some thyme, 1/4 teaspoon, dried. Then you can put a little marjoram in there if you'd like, just a tad of that. Once we start cooking that down, we're going to come back with just a little bit of allspice, probably 1/3 of a teaspoon of allspice. A little bit of salt. I would say about 1/2 teaspoon of salt and about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper.
Okay.
Those flavors are just fantastic. Then, once that gets all settled in, we're going to take our liver and put in there. So we cook our livers till they're done. Now you want them to have a little bit of red color, but they need to be done because you want your pate to have a little bit of a pink color. Right after our meat cooks down, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of wild turkey to our wild turkey.
Oh.
Let's let you dump that in that plate. We're just going to let this cool down a little bit. So we'll take all our stuff from this pan, put it in the food processor along with the turkey leg meat, which a lot of people don't eat, but overall about 1 pound or less of meat, and grind it up.
Yummy.
So then you take your little ramekin, whatever kind of little dish you want. You're going to put your pate in that. Try some grub that you've never tried before. You might be pleasantly surprised. You know, we change as we go. I remember some of the stuff that I thought was just horrendous when I was a kid, like beets.
Yeah.
Who could eat one of those weird-looking purple things? Why in the world would anybody touch? I don't think they're meant to be eaten. I think they're meant to be, like, thrown away.
Is that what you used to think?
I used to think that until
now when we love them.
take our clarified butter and with just enough
Cover the top.
Cover the top. Pop
Yum.
that in the fridge.
We got an
And
appetizer.
a couple hours later, yum.
Put it in the
Let's
fridge.
pop that in the fridge. Look, Mrs. Farmer.
That looks nice. Look at the butter on the top.
This is our appetizer.
Right?
It's like butter.
I can just eat that with a spoon. Wow. That reminds me of like liver pate that we bought.
That is like something you would get at a fancy restaurant
That's good.
in Austria.
Taryn would like the butter here. She'd be eating that for us. That's amazing.
You sure you don't want to try it, Kelly? Kelly said no.
Kelly won't try it. Yum.
That is absolutely beyond wonderful.
Yum.
Now we've taken that meat, which was a darker meat, which is discarded by a lot of people. A lot of people just breast them out.
That's good.
Look at that. Is that not like something you get at a fancy
It
restaurant?
is. I love it. It's delicious.
Oh my. Set that aside in a special place.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about Kelly eating this.
I know. She won't steal it, will she?
Oh, we're going to attack that later tonight. Now, there's certain stuff that Kelly likes,
Yeah,
and it disappears.
that's right. This, I think she'll carry to the house for us.
I could seriously eat every bit of that. That's a beautiful
That
thing.
is wonderful.
All right, let's go on to the next thing.